I love to learn. I love to learn about different people's cultures though, you know. I always believe the difference between ignorance and comedy as a whole is if you know a little bit, if you just show that, look, I've taken the time. And I try and learn. So I thought if there's this many Indian people, I should start learning some Indian phrases, you know. I was like, choose a language. Then I was like, okay, well, Gujarati is a bit difficult. I'll go for Hindi, you know. Communicate with the Hindu people out there, have my thing, you know. I started learning the phrases and stuff. I was there walking around practicing in the mirror there. I was, Mujhse dosti karogi. Aapka baal bahut sundar hai. Kaise tumhare dil? I was proper, you know, saying the stuff, real phrases. And I got to Durban, went up to people, went up to women and was like, Aapka baal bahut pyar kyute? She was like, what you saying there? What you talking there? What language is that? What you cuss out something? See, your culture is not lost in you, I see. The funniest thing. Someone said to me once, if you want to learn about another person's culture, the key is to immerse yourself in their way of living, which is what I do sometimes. I stayed in Durban for like a month and, you know, went and did everything. I was proper. I was turning into an Indian guy. I was just like, you know, I went where they went, did what they did, you know. And I was walking around the streets with gel in my hair and, you know, tight jeans and Puma shoes. And I was like, yeah, you know. It's like, what kind, uncle, what kind? And I was that guy, you know, strolling around, even indulged in the food, because food tells you a lot about a culture, a lot about a people. And the one thing I wanted to find out was why Indian people speak so fast. And I've asked many of them on occasion. I've said to them, why do you speak so fast? You know, you get responses like, we don't talk fast. What are you talking about? My favorite was an old man. I said to him, why do Indian people speak so fast? And he said, we don't talk fast, you just listen slow. Well, thank you. Doesn't make sense, but thank you. And so I went out on an excursion of discovery. Went out to a place called Blue Lagoon, out in Durban. Some of you are familiar with the place, yes. Went there to get myself a traditional bunny chow. You know, a quarter loaf of bread filled with curry. Delicious. I walked in there, the guy was at the counter, he's like, what you want? I was like, could I please have a bunny chow? He's like, what bunny chow you want there? I was like, I don't know, what do you got? He's like, we got mutton, we got beans, we got chicken, which one you want? I was like, give me the mutton. He's like, okay, one mutton bunny there. What flavor you want? Like, what do you mean? He's like, we got hot and we got hot. Like, well, what's the difference? He's like, you'll know the difference. Just take the hot one. I was like, no. Don't you do that to me. I want hot. He was like, okay, gave it to me. It smelled divine, I'll never forget. I bit into that bunny chow. I was like, It's just, the spices and the aromas and it's just taste. Hey man, I was wondering, can I get a glass of water over there? This thing put in my mouth, right? Just give me something down the flame. Man, I don't want water, just give me something. Give me something like a yogi, someone, milk or something. Man, my damn tongue is burning off. This thing's burning. Some guy was like, hey, you from Chatsworth? I'm not from Chatsworth, my mouth is burning. Don't tell me from Chatsworth, give me something. Finally understood. When you eat food that's that hot, you don't have time to talk, you need to breathe. It's ridiculous. And I learned. I was one with the people. It's amazing. And we went from Durban back to Johannesburg, flying up again. I love flying. We do a lot of flying, you know, in this line of work, and there's a lot of people who do as well. And when you fly a lot, you start to notice more than just like the plane ride itself. You start to notice the subliminal things, you know. Like one thing that's great about South Africa is we've got world-class pilots, you know. One of the lowest incident rates in terms of crashes and, you know, pilots error, and it's amazing. We've got world-class, and you can see it, and they've got that thing, you know. They're world-class. They wear the shirts, and they've got the square suitcases. I'm a pilot, yes. They've got the jaw and everything. They've even got the pilot voice, which I love, which is weird, because you'll see them walk into the plane, and they can have whatever accent. They'll be walking and be like, no, you say the other one was coming. Yeah. No, did he check the tire? Okay, you know, it's much fine. Let me, okay, hold on a second. Let me just, yeah, I'll do that now. Let me just do that now. Boom. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, aboard this 6372 flight, flying from Durban to Johannesburg. Flight shouldn't be too long, taking off in a northeasterly direction, out on runway 3.
Just waiting for air traffic control to give us a go-ahead. It's a balmy, beautiful day out in Johannesburg. Scattered thunder showers, but it shouldn't be much of a problem. Slight turbulence that we might encounter, but it shouldn't be too bad. We'll keep the seatbelts on at that stage. So right now, all I need you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you very much. Dun dun.
Yeah, and you're like, woo! Oh, pilot, woo! Everyone's comfortable. They're like, yeah, my man, he knows what he's doing, you know? And always get spoiled by the air hostesses because it's almost like they don't practice at all, you know? They just memorize their lines.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, aboard this Canada.com flight. Please note that this is a non-smoking flight.
They're all non-smoking.
I'm just saying.
But the pilots are calm, they cool, you know, you get into the air, they start making useless announcements that you don't even care about, you know, just to give you that feeling that he knows what he's doing. You get up there as the seatbelt lights go, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we've reached our cruising altitude. Currently sitting at 23,000 feet above sea level, cruising at about 720 kilometers an hour in this Boeing 737, one of our favorite planes in the Starflight Alliance fleet. It's a beautiful sunny day up here. We might encounter a few bumps, but nothing too hectic. The cabin crew will be taking care of you. In the front, we've got Esmeralda and Jonathan. In the rear, Simon, Dupitseng, and Ferrer. I'll be taking care of you. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to call. I'll let you know once we've begun our descent. Until then, please enjoy your flight. Thank you. Dun dun.
You're like, oh yeah, pilot. Yo, my guy, pilot. It's cool. I just don't like the fact that they never let you know when something's gone wrong. It freaks me out because they trained to keep you calm no matter what's going on. And I noticed this because we hit turbulence coming into Joburg. There were hectic storms, and the plane started shaking, and you know, it wasn't like the calm turbulence. You know, it's that turbulence where people, you know, the knuckles get white when they're holding their, you know, and because you know people try and act natural in the plane. They'll be like, and then they get to a point where they're like, you know, when that point comes, and like everyone is panicking, except the air hostesses. They're amazing. I love how they do it, you know? Like you'll hit the turbulence and be like, things are falling, the bags are hitting the sides of the compartments, people are panicking, and except they just move through naturally. It's freaky. It's almost like their lower half is not connected to the upper body, because they'll just carry on. They'll be like, yes, you guys, would you guys like some coffee? Yeah, okay. There you go. Be careful, it's hot. Thank you. Right then. Anything for you, sir? Yeah, okay. Okay then, just pass me a apple juice, all right, thank you very much. There you go. Would you like some ice? No ice, thank you. You know how they do it. And then the pilot has the nerve to come on in the middle of the biggest storm ever. The plane is shaking, the wings are tilting slightly upwards. You think you're gonna die. It's like, people are screaming. It's like, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've encountered some slight turbulence. We'll ask that everyone return to their seats at this point and refrain from using the lavatories. Please note we will be flying at a high altitude to try and alleviate the problem. Also, keep your seatbelts fastened, and no hot drinks will be served at this time for your safety. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you in a moment once we've gotten out of this bumpy patch.
Speak to you in a moment. That moment might never come. He doesn't tell you this. When the nationwide flight lost an engine, the pilot said nothing. There, it just fell. Quiet. I don't want a pilot like that. I want someone who lets me know. I want to know before I'm going to die. I want to know. I want to say a prayer or two. I want to prepare myself, you know? I want to forgive everyone that I hate in the world. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. But they don't, pilots. No, they don't. I bet people who die in plane crashes don't even know they've died. It must be the worst feeling in the world. There's like a whole bunch of confused people popping into heaven like, poof. I swear these airports change all the time. I never know where to go. I'm like, are we in heaven? Oh, wow, I can't believe we made it, hey? I can't believe, wow, this is amazing. And there's St. Peter at the gates, and he's like, come forward, please, come forward. Come forward. She's like, who you are? I'm St. Peter. How about you? Yeah, I know, many people are shocked. Just come. I get that all the time. Just come. No, I just thought that, no, don't worry, just come, please. Just wait till you see Jesus. Come. I don't want that. I want someone to let me know when I'm gonna die. Like taxi drivers. There's no person who dies in a taxi not knowing that they've died. Just before the crash, taxi driver will be like, yo! People walking into heaven like, yo, dead, dead. Yeah, no, shonile la, we're dead. Gone. Ay. They know. Sometimes they survive the crash, but they still think they did. They're walking on the pavement, dead. You're dead. But luckily we did land safely in Johannesburg. We landed safely and everyone clapped when the plane landed. Yay! Clapped and walked into the airport terminal building. And that's the point when you realize you're back in South Africa. When you're flying, it's international. And then when you land at any of our airports, and if you listen carefully, you realize that you're back. Like South Africa, once again, the world went there. Then we were like, no, going. Yeah, we'll find just that side. Because all over the world, they conform to a norm, and that is in airports, women make announcements. It's always a woman, always. And she's always calm, always monotone. Always come over that system. She sits in a room quietly. They bring her the pages one by one. You can be in Heathrow, for instance. You'll hear that woman come on the system. Doom, doom.
Attention all passengers. Please note this is an airport announcement. No passengers are permitted to leave any items unattended, as this may be seen as a security risk. Any unattended luggage will be removed by security and destroyed. Thank you. Dun, dun.
Everywhere in the world, even if you go to like non-English speaking countries, they still conform to that norm. You know, you go to places like China where you wouldn't expect it, you know. You think, I see some of you probably think they'll be like, oh, don't even laugh, that's racist, don't even laugh. No, that's racist, you don't even laugh. But they're not. They calm. It's a woman, still the same. She's just another language. She'll come on the piano and be like, dum dum.
才个是东西，从早考起学的，跑过一学的，不得去些为他过一去，从早考的一次，谢谢你，咚咚。
And you know they've conformed. And then you land in South Africa. And you know you've landed. You know that you're back home when you walk into the airport terminal building. You walk in, and I don't even know if they audition the people who do it. No. It's almost like whoever's closest to the mic gets to do it first, you know? It's the craziest thing. Luckily, 99% of the time it's a woman, but she'll come on. It's the craziest thing ever. As you walk in, she'll come and be like, dum dum.
Attention all passengers. Attention all passengers. Hello, I'm talking to you. Hello. Yeah, all the people is flyingcooler.com. The plane is delayed. The plane was going on 2, it's going on 3. Yeah, all the people must just take a ticket for that one. You're going to have a problem, nah? Just take on that. If a ticket says 2, then it's going to be 3, nah? Then you mustn't complain when the plane is not there, because then I need to tell you now. Then you must just phone the people that are coming to pick you up. Must tell them, yo, I need my plane is changed. It's not.
And then they start speaking to people in the background. They don't even turn off their mic.
All they must just tell the people they are. But tell you, I want the plane. I have a drink. I need to jelly in a hot drink. Yeah, I'm yes, no niggas. I need to jelly. Yeah, it's chicken. Yeah, yes, yeah. I'm for the drumstick. I'm for the price. It's drumstick. Yeah, I'm for the drumstick. Okay, yes, I'm 7. Okay. All the people is like one time. The gate is changed. It's not D2. It's C15. It's not D2. It's C15. If you can go to D2, you can find nothing. Okay, bye-bye. But I need my chain. No, don't shine here.
It's so much fun. I'm always grateful when I land safely, you know, because people make air travel seem like the most normal thing in the world, and it isn't. I'm always grateful. I always watch those air crash investigations and see how things went wrong, you know, try and figure out what I could do the next time I'm there. The glass. You know, just like, I was watching the news once when a British Airways flight had crashed. and it was in Heathrow, and it wasn't a bad crash. What happened was the landing gear of the plane failed to engage. So the wheel at the front didn't come out, and the plane actually landed on its nose and scraped and burst into flames. But luckily nobody was dead, nobody was hurt. You know, it was a cool crash, if there's such a thing. It was, because everyone survived. It was great. And the news reporters were all over Heathrow. You know, everyone was there. And then there was a very animated guy with big ears, and he was standing there, and he was talking, and they crossed over live to him, and he was like, yes, well, Mary, I'm here at Heathrow International Airport, where, if you see behind me, as you can see, the plane has crash landed. They've cordoned it off in an area, and the fire department has managed to douse the majority of the flames. Apparently, the landing gear failed to engage. We have mixed reports about what caused it, but right now, we do know that all of the people in the plane, all the passengers have been moved to safety. No casualties have been reported. We actually have one of the survivors here with us. Mr. Wilkinson, could you join us over here, please? Mr. Wilkinson. And Mr. Wilkinson was a small little small guy. He was in like a little leather jacket, a little hat, you know, one of those Kangol type hats. He walked over. Like, oh, me, yeah? All right. He's like, Mr. Wilkinson, could you tell us exactly what happened in that plane? And he was like, well, we was flying, yeah? Flying, and then the pilot says, brace yourselves. Then we wasn't flying no more. And that was his account of the entire plane crash. Succinct, straight to the point. Amazing. I just couldn't help thinking to myself, there's not a chance South Africans would be that calm about anything, see? The world goes there, and then we're like, yeah. The South African, the guy wouldn't even be there asking the question, well, I'm here at the plane crash, and there'd be like one person, yeah, and that would be a white person, yeah, I thought I was gonna die, yeah. The best people to ask in any situation, the best storytellers by far are colored people. It's true, they've been telling stories for centuries. They know how to give emotion, you know, they've got that vibe. They give it to you like nobody else can. They're strong, they've got that, you know. It would have been so different if one of the guys were there and, you know, and he survived, and they'd be asking him the question, be like, I've got one of the survivors here, Mr. Abrams, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Abrams, could you tell us exactly what happened in that plane? Be like, brother, you don't wanna know, bro. No, we really would like to know, brother, you don't wanna know. Well, we live now, and we would like to know what happened. Brother, please, you don't wanna know. Okay, well, there you have it. Okay, brother, fine, then I must tell you what happened. Let me tell for you what happened here. Because Zuma was flying in, and the plane was flying like this. The plane was flying, and the pilot was having all these deer by the pilot was having like a hard time to the pilot. The plane was sitting low, so like so. Then everybody there was having a good time. I was reading a book near the plane. Then the lady, she came with that thing just to say, you want the peanuts? Someone give the peanuts. Then she gives some tips there. I said, you want the tips? I said, yeah, put the tips. She put the tips. Then she gave me the grape ties. I said, what you want the things? Grape ties. I didn't even pay no money, nothing, but free. Someone put the grape ties out there. Someone the plane. And it was nice, but everyone's having a good time. Then I don't even know. I think so the pilot someone hit a pothole or something. The plane so much shake like that. And the plane start to shake. The plane, you think, no, it's going to be bad, but then it gets super bad. The plane, someone go up, then it goes zoop, like that. The plane go down, brother. That thing start to shake like, The people was panicking. The babies is falling. People screaming like, I was so scared. I was praying like, Jesus, please. Jesus, I don't want to die. The plane was shake like so. Someone go down. You see the ground was coming like that. The people was panicking. They're panicking. The lady, she comes. She someone take the peanut chips. She take the gas. Say, you know, take my grape ties. Someone slick the gun to the cut there. Hold on. Someone fast made the seatbelt. The plane shake and it shake like so. Then the plane come down and gonna crash. But the pilot is most another old that one. Yo, bruh. That always someone catch the thing. Start the handbrake down like. The plane come there, slutting donuts, sonny. The thing come with smoke. The people get the door, they kick it there. We slide out like a Rambo movie. There's much fire, brother. People were panic, bruh, panic. I thought I was gonna die, bruh. It's like, wow, that's amazing. I said, "Man, and you were in the plane. What were you thinking?" "Well, that's a plane. I was there by my house, but I don't." It's a plane. Now I'm tired. Soccer ball water. 2010. It's coming. I love making fun of colored people. Because I can. People want to be, "That's racist. You can't say that." No, it can't be. I can't be racist, because you see. Can't be. You know me. It's a bit confusing for me sometimes knowing what race to be called or what people want to classify me as. It's difficult in South Africa. You know, you don't know what. Are you colored? Are you mixed race? Are you African? Are you not? Or, you know, it gets very awkward when I'm in banks, for instance, when you're filling out forms, you know. And you get to like the boxes and you have to tick. And they give you the options there. They'll have black, white, colored, Indian, other. And all of us are like, "What's other?" No. Ego! I just want to loan. It's other. I'm sitting with the woman from the bank and I'm looking at the form and I'm like, "Do I have to fill out?" She's like, "Well, you know what? It's perfectly optional. You can choose any of these. You actually don't even have to fill out your race anymore. It's just for statistical purposes." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So I'll just skip." She's like, "Yeah, but it's better if you do fill it. Just, yeah, it helps with your application." Okay. I'm like, "So which one must I tick?" She's like, "Well, you can tick any of them. Luckily, you can, you know, there's no. I'm like, "Okay. So what, can I tick black?" She's like, "You know what? Lots of them do. Lots of them, you feel free. Yeah, you can. Lots of them, yeah. Who? You can also tick, can I tick colored?" She's like, "You know, that would make sense." And I'm like, "Indian, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not." I was like, I'll tick what I am." She's like, "Okay." And I was like, "White." And she's like, "Oh, you tick the white box." And I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm white." She's like, "Yeah, but in terms of like," and I'm like, "No, because my father is white and I'm more white, so I'm white." And I love how, until about like 98, white people used to complain. They were very vocal. But now what they do is they just internalize everything. And you know where they do that thing where they're trying to process? It's almost like their brain is short-circuited and they'll be like, "Oh, so you, yeah, I'm white." So, no, because I just, the tune. I don't know what the big fuss is about. People always want to class each other, you know? And we need to get over that in South Africa. Like we've gone a long way in a short space of time, but we've still got a long way to go. You know, we got to get over it. Because there's still the racial boundaries. We act like it's not there, but it's there, you know? You just feel it here and there, you know? We're like, "Oh, yeah, and there's a black egg there. And, you know, like everyone has that thing, you know? I think we will get over it one day, we will. I look forward to that day. You know, there's no boundaries at all. Because I've lived a life without boundaries, which has been great for me. Mixed family, so I really don't see colors in a weird way. Like when I saw my dad, I never thought he was a white man. He was just my dad. And I never knew my mom was black. She was just, you know, I didn't even know I looked like this. Like in the mirror, I was like, okay, cool, but it wasn't like a thing, you know? I didn't think I looked different. And that's why I've been blessed, because I've had the privilege of mingling with every single race. I've no boundaries. I've dated women of every race, which has been great, you know? You know, but you must see how people treat you though. It's weird. Because I've learned if I date like anyone that's, let's say, colored or darker, then I'm fine. Then people are like, "Yes, Trevor, your girlfriend's pretty, eh?" No, like, "Yes, she's pretty, eh?" And then if I go this way, then he'll be like, "Yeah, your girlfriend, she's blonde, eh?" No, she's hot, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, you know. Like all races will treat you different. If you go with I remember when I was dating a white woman, I went to Soweto with her to visit my grandmother. You know, like everyone was like, not in my house, but in the streets, people were just like, you know, some guys were like, and then? You work with her? I was like, yeah, you could call it that. Other guys give you props, they're like, Trevor, my man. Yeah? You? Yeah, no, you're a CEO, yeah? No. Like, why is this an achievement? Because it's ingrained into people's minds, you know? It is. And then like black women would give me a lot of stick. They'd be like, oh, another brother. Oh, now just because it's big, nothing's you can now, he has to leave us behind. Look at her, just like the hair. Even me, I can do that. Shoot, chama. Where? And I'm like, yes, you can also do that, but that's not your hair. And they get all like, let me tell you something. Even white women, they've got extensions. Even them, they've got extensions. It's not always their hair. And I'm like, yes, they do. A lot of white women do have extensions, but then they have extensions that match their hair. I hate weaves, personally. I believe black women should leave the weave. I'm sorry, it's true. It's true, you know? I grew up with a beautiful black mother who had an afro in all her photos, you know. I see her back in the day in Joubert Park, you know, those poses. All our parents have them. You know, and she looked beautiful with that hair. I grew up with a little mini afro. It's beautiful, like, you know, leave the weave. Because then you want me to act natural and you've got like this hair that's not yours on your head and then you're like, oh no, it's the same, just treat me the same, Trevor. So I can't treat you the same. I can't treat you the same. I can't. You want me to act natural, but you have pinned the tail of a donkey on a kangaroo. I can't act natural. You must just learn to be comfortable in your own skin, you know? Just have that thing where you go, look, this is who I am. Like, I'm beautiful with this hair. I'm beautiful with that skin. You gotta learn that. You gotta learn. I've learned to appreciate these different things in people.